well-crafted constitution. Our constitution is well-crafted, well-designed, one of the best constitution of the world, well-designed, well-crafted constitution, one of the enlarged constitution, one of the biggest constitution, one of the best constitution India is having, right? And fragmented power. Fragmented, here it is, fragmented power, it is written, fragmented power, where the nobody is very much powerful. No one is very much powerful. So that power, if you are very much powerful, then corruption is also always there. Yes. So you to break your corruption, to break your power, extreme to be extreme power, they have fragmented it. तोड़ दिया fragment कर दिया first is central government, then state government, then local government, then panchayat government, like this. Fragment power in a society intelligently, so that no single group can subvert the constitution. So it's so that no single group, कोई एक group constitution को ना बदल सके, as it happened in Nepal. In Nepal, 5 or 6 times constitution is thoroughly changed, and changed constitution is there, but it is amended in India but not changed. One way of such intelligent designing of a constitution to ensure that no single institution acquires monopoly of power. Monopoly of power. No single group should be very powerful. Here in our India, in democratic setup, our president is very powerful. In federal government, in federal government of USA, president is very powerful. Our India is also federal. Now here is also president is very powerful, but he cannot, use his power without the consensus of a group of ministers, cabinet ministers, I must say, ruling cabinet ministers. So acquires monopoly. No one should acquire monopoly of power. This is often done by fragmenting power across different institutions. Different institution के अंदर powers को fragment कर दिया गया, power को divide कर दिया गया. The Indian Constitution, for example, horizontally fragmented power across different institutions, which I told you yesterday also. We have got legislature, we have got the executive, we have got the judiciary. Legislatures who made the rule, executive who execute the rule, judiciary who behave like a watchdogs, right? They always are behaving, that no rule should be outpassed. Right, and even independent statutory bodies like election commission. This ensures that even if one institution wants to subvert the constitution, others can check its transgressions. So nobody is powerful. If somebody wants to be powerful, other one check its limits. An intelligent system of checks and balances are there. So it I have done up to here. So check and balances always over there in our constitution. Now today, another important aspect here. Another important aspect of intelligent institution design is that a constitution must strike the right balance between certain values, norms, and procedures. Values, norms, and procedures. आपके पास certain values हैं, आपके certain norms हैं, उन certain values and norms को कैसे आगे proceed करना है, that is procedures. As authoritative, and at same time allow enough flexibility in its operation to adopt some changing needs and circumstances. Our constitution is, very rigid also, flexible also. When it is needed that it should be rigid, it is rigid. When there is need that there is some type of, amendment should be there, some rule and regulations should be changed, right? Should change over there. Now it's a time, time requirement is there to change some certain rules and regulations, right? Certain rule and regulation, then it's a flexible also. Too rigid our constitutions like to break under the weight of change. It's written over here. Too rigid our constitution is likely to break under the weight of change. Change is always certain. Change is permanent. Everything is non-permanent. It's non-permanent. Only change is permanent, right? So you have to accept the changes. Other earlier you see the values change, your thinking change, your education system change. Change is permanent and everything is non-permanent. So, under the weight of change, a constitution that is on the other hand, here it is. On the other hand, too flexible. Our constitution is too flexible. If you want some amendment, yes, we can have amendment. But you cannot change the constitution. Certain rule and regulation can be changed, but you cannot change the framework. Right? So it will give no security, predictability, or identity to a people. Successfully constitution strike the right balance between preserving care, values, and adapting them to the new circumstances. So we have to preserve the new values, coming new values, and old values also. We have to preserve them. Whenever we think that old values, old rule and regulations are good for the new generation, we kept fine. We should not change it. We don't want to change it. But whenever it's required that some certain rule and regulation has to be changed, and we have to welcome the new air, new ventilation, then yes, we are there also. That's why we said we are flexible also. You will notice the wisdom of makers of the Indian Constitution in the chapter on the Constitution is a living document. I told you earlier also that our Constitution is a living document. The Indian Constitution is described as a living document by striking a balance between the possibility of to change and the provision and the limits on such changes. The Constitution has ensured that it was survive as a document respected by people. Whenever I said living document, whenever you are in need to change, it's there. When you think it should be rigid, it is there. Now it's your wish. It's your wish that certain rule and regulation should be changed or not to be changed. And that's why majority is mandatory. Right? Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Rashtrapati, right, is all the rule and regulations are there to change some certain rule and regulations. Now, therefore, is determining whether constitution has authority, you ask yourself three questions. Were the people who enacted the constitution credible? Were the people who enacted, जिन्होंने first question आप अपने आप से पूछो, वो क्वेश्चन क्या है कि जिन्होंने भी क्वेश्चन अपने हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बनाया, क्या उनमें उतनी योग्यता थी, क्रेडिबल थे वो? Right? Number one. You can ask yourself, right? This question will be answered in the remaining part of the chapter. Secondly, did the constitution ensure that power was intelligently organized so that it was not easy for any group to subvert the constitution? Power को here. Secondly, did the constitution ensure, क्या constitution ensure क्या है कि power को ठीक equally should be equally distributed among the people? It is, we are the federal type of government. I told you many times. So federal means division of power. Is that division of power is certain, is true, and is it correct? And are we able to check and have balance? Check and balance. Are we able to check and balance? Are we able to check that no group, no individual, no party, right? Maybe ruling party should be very powerful, which can create the problem for the rest of powerful people. Is it there? Right. This is the next part. Also, is it constitution to locus of people, hopes and aspiration? And second part, is our constitution is able to satisfy the needs, the rule and regulations of the people? Are the people satisfied with our constitution? The ability of constitution to command voluntarily allegiance of the people depends on a certain extent upon whether the constitution is just. Many people say that constitution, our written constitution is so rigid that we are unable to, make it frequently changes. Obviously, it is a very good thing that otherwise there will be a lot of people who want to change the constitution, rule and regulation according to their own needs. लोग अपनी जरूरत के मुताबिक रूल रेगुलेशन को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर चेंज करते रहेंगे. That's why it is needed that the constitution will should be rigid also, and side by side it should be flexible also. Okay, next part. How our Indian constitution, how was the Indian constitution made? हमारे Indian constitution को कैसे बनाया गया? How our Indian constitution was made? Indian constitution कैसे बनाया गया? Let us find. Let us find out. The Indian constitution was made formally. The constitution was made by Constituent Assembly. हमारा Constitution Assembly ने constitution को बनाया था. It is held first sitting in 9th of December in 1946. 9th of December 1946 को ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बनाया गया. And reassembled the Constituent Assembly for divided India on 14th of August 1947. And again, this constitution was readjusted because India was going to divide. Again, it has been done in 1947, 14th of August. Then there were two constitutions. One constitution, some part of that Pakistan earlier 1946, 45, 46, there was no Pakistan, and suddenly it happened over there. Its members were chosen by indirect election by the members of the Provisional Legislative Assembly that had been established under the Government Act of 1935. कुछ लोगों को चुना गया उनके हिसाब according to their intelligentsia. The people chosen them. The Constituent Assembly was composed roughly along the lines suggested by plan proposed by the Committee of the British Cabinet, that is Cabinet Mission. You have heard them part of Cabinet Mission. Cabinet Mission के बारे में सोचा था कि ना we said Cabinet Mission came to India, and we were not very much supportive, and we were not very much positive about the Cabinet Mission. Each province and each princely state group, each province and each princely states of group of states were allotted seats proportional to their respective population, roughly the ratio of 1:10 lakh. As a result of the two provinces, there were, under direct British rule, were elect 292 members, while the princely states were allotted to minimum of 93 states. So there were two divisions. One is princely states, more than 500 princely states, more than 540 princely states were there. So from there, according to the population, we have chosen 93 seats. And from the British India, from the British people, we have got 292 members. This was the first part. Second part. Here is the second part. The seats. Each province were distributed among the three main communities. Muslim, Sikh, and General. There were three main communities. One was Muslim community, one is Sikh community, one is General community, in proportion to their respective population. We have got the Hindus, we have got the Muslim, we have got the Sikh, we have got the Isai. So these are the population. So basically, we categorize three portions from the population. One is Muslim, then Sikh, and another is General. Then members of each community. Yeah. Members of each community in the Provisional Legislative Assembly elected their own representative by the method of proportional representation with single transferable vote. They can sing with one vote, one person. Earlier also we have got the same aspect. Single transfer, they can transfer their vote, one person towards the British one or towards the Indian one, whatever they want, they need. The method of its selection in case of representative for princely states was to be determined by the Constitution. And Constitution determined that princely states selection of the case of representative from the princely states. Next is composition of the here. The previous the previous section discusses the three factors that make a constitution effective and respectable. How far does Indian constitution pass this test? Respectable, first of all, and if effective and respectable. It should be, but depends that how much we are successful to respect our constitution or constitutions effective depends on time to people and group to group. The composition of Constitution Assembly. As a consequence of the partition under the plan of 3rd of June 1947, these members who were elected from territories which fell under Pakistan created to be members of Constituent Assembly. The number of members of the assembly was reduced to 299. The constitution was adopted on 26th of November 1949. Our constitution was adopted on 26th of November 1949. 284 members were actually present, and on 24th of January 1950, and appended their signature to the constitutional final pass. The constitution came into force on 26th of January 1950. So it when our constitution was forced, and that now Indian country, India as a country is having its own constitution. Earlier, we have no constitution. British rule and regulation were followed. So on 26th of January 1950, our constitution was enacted. So constitution was thus framed against the backdrop of horrendous violence, unprecedented violence, that partition unrest on the subcontinent, but it is a tribute to the fortitude of the framers that they were not only able to draft a constitution under immense pressure, but also to learn the right lesson from the unimaginable violence that accompanied by the parties. You know, when a when our Indian constitution was being framed, right, and till then, in 1947, India was independent. Then there was a tremendous violence on both of the sides because Pakistan was Pakistan as another country. There was another country named Pakistan. That was the Indian part. So both part there were a lot of horrendous, horrified violence was there. But who's the people who were making our Indian constitution, they were not tilted. They were not afraid of these all type of violence, but they were busy to frame our constitution. But it's tribute to the fortitude of the framer that they were not only able to draft a constitution under immense pressure, and these people are having an immense pressure, right? But also learn the right lesson from the unimaginable violence. You know, every bad thing gives you some certain type of lessons of according to its goodness. हर गलत हर एक गलत बात में कहीं ना कहीं अच्छाई छुपी होती है, right? So it depends on your filtration of your brain, which path you want to choose, the good path or the worst one. So our next one, the constitution was committed to its new conception of citizenship, where not only would minorities be secure, but religious identity would have no bearing on the citizenship right. A very good part of Indian constitution that everyone was secure. Yes, here. One was the constitution. Here, the constitution committed. Sorry. Here. Yes, the constitution was committed to a new conception of citizenship. Now, citizen, who will be the citizens of India? Right? Which type of which type of rights we are going to Indian citizenship. Is India will be a democratic republic, a secular country, or some type of religious country will be there? No, we said every religion is free to to go to their own religion. Everyone is free to accept their own religion. They may not interfere in other religion, but they can do whatever the good things in their religion. So we said that we will be secular country. Then others said that minority group. We said that every minority group will be secure in India. Every minority group will be secure in India, right? And this was one of the best part of Indian constitution. When we said India will be a democratic country, and universal adult franchise will be there. Rights will be given to will be there for every citizen of India. Fundamental rights will be there, and in during if time requirement is there, we can change some certain provisions in the constitution. Amendment could be there, but the basic framework of the Indian constitution will not be changed. India will be a democratic country. India is a democratic country. India will be a federal country. India is a federal country. India should be a secular country. India is a secular country. Fundamental rights should be there. Fundamental right is there, and minority groups should be feeling secure in our India. So still, minority groups are secured in India. So here we come to an end of today's lecture. So our question is, would explain the composition of the Constituent Assembly, right? And second question will be, how was the Indian Constitution made? हमारे भारतीय संविधान को कैसे बनाया गया? How was the Indian Constitution was made? It will be the first question, and some certain small introduction of composition of constituent assembly. Composition of constituent assembly, it will be the second question, right? So I hope it will be clear. Tomorrow again I will, this chapter is a little bit tough, and I will again explain whatever I have done along with you. Till then, do your homework, take care. Again I am saying, right, दो गज की दूरी और mask है जरूरी. Don't venture outside if it is not required. Take care, be healthy, and be safe. Thank you.